The mountain inside me. Ayn had always blended into the background. He sat quietly, unnoticed by classmates and teachers alike. Yet deep within him stirred a longing for something more. He dreamed of proving he mattered, but he didn't know where to begin until one silent moment changed everything. Beyond his village stood Mount Rhaga, majestic, cold, untouched. People whispered it was cursed, unclimbable. But to Ayan, it wasn't just a mountain, it was a question and maybe an answer. He decided to try. He told no one. Doubt would be louder than encouragement. With one small bag and his will, Ayan stepped onto the trail. There was no map, only faith and a mountain. The path began gently. Crickets sang and trees danced in the breeze. He walked with purpose, fueled by hope and silence. But mountains don't stay kind. Soon the climb began. The slope turned cruel, his feet slipped on loose stones, his legs trembled, scraped by rock and thorn. The wind roared in protest. He paused, hurt, sacred, but kept walking. That night, under a cold sky, Ian opened his notebook. I am afraid, he wrote, but I am still here. Courage was in the absence of fear. It was walking through it, and he did. By morning, he met a traveler, a grizzled man with sharp eyes. You? Climb Raga? He scoffed. It's not for boys like you. I looked up. I will find out myself, he replied. He trudged through fog. Mud soaked his shoes. Thorns bit his hand. But every painful step carved strength into his soul. He whispered, I can. And he did. Rain fell without mercy. Iron collapsed near a ledge, tears blending with the downpour. He didn't hide his weakness, he embraced it. With the storm past, so did his fear. Narrow ledges, deep cliffs, moments where one mistake meant falling. Still, Iron climbed. With scraped palms and blistered feet, he pressed on. He wasn't just climbing a mountain, he was climbing himself. Each breath burned, each step was silent scream, but the summit appeared, distant, glowing. His body said, Stop. His soul said, One more step. And then he reached it. He stood on the peak, alone, above the clouds. There were no cheers, no one to see him, but in the silence, he felt full for the first time. He had conquered fear. He had answered his own question. He wasn't invisible. He was enough. Not because the world said so, but because he now believed it. The descent was slow but peaceful. The mountain no longer seemed terrifying. It felt like an old friend who had tested him and taught him what he could be. When he returned to the village, people stared in disbelief. Did you truly reach the top? Yes, Ian replied, his voice steady. That was all he needed to say. Some mocked, some called him foolish, others admired him quietly. He didn't care for praise, he wasn't chasing applause. He had found something deeper, self worth. He gazed at Mount Raga once more. It stood unchanged, but he hadn't. He had tackled the fear within. Now the world looked different because he was different. Younger teens came to him. How did you do it? They asked. He smiled. You don't need to be loud, he said. Just brave enough to begin, even if no one believes in you. The mountain was never the enemy, it was a mirror, reflecting his doubts, his strength, his fight to grow. And in climbing it, he met the real lion. His old notebook still sits by his bed. Pages wrinkled, words faded, but one line remains. The mountain didn't change me. I changed me. Now he tells others, the greatest mountain you will ever face is the one inside you. Climb it, fall, get back up, and never stop. The story teaches us that the greatest challenges we face aren't outside, but within. With quiet courage, persistence, and belief in ourselves, we can rise above fear, self doubt, and invisibility. Even when no one is watching, every brave step we take shapes who we become. True strength is not in being loud, but in never giving up on the climb to discover our worth. If you want the book, the link is in description. Bye.